Do you have anyone close to you in the LGBTQ plus community?
Yeah, so my two very special aunties on my dad's side, so my dad's sister is a lesbian, my auntie Anna and her partner, Auntie Sally. We're very close to them. They always come and enjoy our family gatherings together, and they always bring the artistic side. So my auntie Anna is a big musician and my auntie Sally's a big artist as well. So they always bring that side of our family out, and they're always got a smile on their face, and it's nice to be related to that, especially coming from Brighton.
You're from Brighton. Have you ever been to Brighton Pride?
Yes, I have. So I remember one of my earlier memories moving back to Brighton when I was 14, 15. I actually went down there with my parents and my granny, and we saw the naked bike ride. We saw some of the floats as well down there. And Brighton obviously is a big city, and it goes pretty chaotic when Pride's on, and the town sort of comes alive. There's loads of music going on. There's lots of parties going on, and everyone's happy. So it's always a joy to go down there. And even my school, sometime, or actually more recently, have a float that they run on the day of Brighton Pride. So being from Brighton and being from Brighton College as well, we're really close to it, and Brighton definitely benefits from that day.
What's yours and the men's impression of the Pride game last year?
Yeah, it's obviously one game on the calendar that everyone wants to play in. I remember last season the big flags, the big rainbow coloured flags were on. We remember we wore warm-up tops in the with the rainbow flag, and as well as the rainbow laces. So we're obviously a big part of that, and I think the awareness that's growing around the men's game is increasing, and especially for me personally, being from Brighton myself and having my aunties in the back of my mind as well, and it makes it a big game to be involved in. They're obviously proud for me to represent them on that day, and even last year they were lucky to be given by the club rainbow coloured top with a Harlequins badge on. So they were buzzing watching it out in Spain, and I was too.
Did you get your hands on a t-shirt last year?
No, I didn't get my hands on it. I actually want one, but both my aunties got one, and they wear it with pride every time they watch me play. So.
Do you know, or have you played with anybody from the LGBTQ plus community?
No, I'm not sure, but I guess the stats show that potentially I have, and I think the awareness growing in the game is massive, and the fact that we got a game now, I hope should make LGBTQ plus community members more able to express themselves, because at the end of the day we're all playing the same sport that we love. So I hope that if I've played with any, I've made them feel good and feel proud that we're playing a game for them as well. Talk to me about the environment and the inclusivity in the women's game.
Yeah, I suppose for us as women, we're quite open players. Everybody in this environment, in Quins or anywhere in the world, just wants to play rugby. I suppose we're very open to different individuals, different people who want to come in and play all levels of the games, any sexuality, any religion, anything like that. I think it doesn't affect who you are as a player. And I think for us, our main thing is we want to play rugby, we want to just play a game that we all love and we really enjoy.
What makes the women's game such an inclusive and welcoming space?
I suppose, as I said it before, I suppose we're so used to having different players coming in. And I guess too, we've always been open to having different players, whatever the case is, coming into a club, and we've always been open to get them involved in different ways. And I suppose the club, we do our best to keep everybody happy and excited about playing rugby. And at the end of the day, I suppose that's what we want to do. It doesn't matter who you are, what you've done, where you're from, but we've always been there to have the best time.
What do you reckon the men's game can learn from the women's game?
I suppose the openness of it. I suppose with us here in Harlequins ourselves, we're all quite open of who we are, who we're with, who we're around. And I guess we don't judge each other for it. We're quite used to having a great mix of people, whether it's old, young, in between, everything. I think it's one of the things that probably sets us aside from the men's side, is that we're so open to different people coming in, and we're quite positive with it. And, we want everybody to have the best time and do their best.
How can I be an effective LGBTQ plus ally?
I think if someone opens up to you, they want to do it for a reason. I think it's quite hard. Personally, I can say for myself to open up as a player, open up as a person to anyone, whether it's family, whether it's friends. And I suppose when you do that and when someone comes to you and does that, it's a special moment. I think take it with pride as they would, and take it as a listening ear. They want you to listen. They want you to be helpful in any way you possibly can.
What does LGBTQ plus History Month mean to you?
This month, I think it's massive. I suppose I did a bit of research on it because I kind of questioned what it was all about myself. But I suppose it's something new. It's something that we're able to educate kids growing up now that it's okay to be gay, it's okay to be a lesbian. It doesn't matter who you are at the end of the day. And it's one of those things to try and get them to understand that there's different areas that you can explore. You're allowed to be who you are. And I think that's something positive that comes from this month. You know, we get to learn so many different things in this month. And with that, you just have to be proud with who you are. And it is one of those things where a lot of people, they can do a lot of research, look online, go into books, go into everywhere. There's just different activities and events that are around the place.
Obviously, in the women's game, there are more people who are open to their sexuality. What sort of advice would you give to a men's player who wants to come out as gay?
I suppose for them, it would basically just be comfortable with themselves. They are coming out as wanting to be a better person that they are. They know they are. And I think that's quite a positive thing. I think for us, all we need to do is listen. We need to be that supporting hand, that hand on the shoulder, you know, be that supportive person behind them, that if they go for it, we can stand behind them 100% and be there for them.
For any younger players coming through in both the men and women's game, are there any sort of like role models they could look up to and kind of like idolise themselves on?
Yeah, I guess for myself, and obviously being with Harlequins, you'd look at Jade Conkle as being one of them. You'd also look at referee Craig Maxwell-Keys. I think he's been a massive influence with the game. He's a referee, you know, coming out, it's obviously not easy. Obviously you've Nigel Owens as well, who is a massive, like incredible man. And I think having these 3, 4, obviously there's many, many around the world, I think we can look up to a lot of players around.